Greetings and welcome, my fellow viewers. I am Rubescent the Collected Dragon, and today I have been playing myself some Star Fox Zero. Oh yeah, this is so exciting. Let's see what we got. We got the box right here, and it's awesome. This game, I have not tried out the Star Fox Guard yet, which comes in a physical disc when you buy the game, which I think is pretty cool, because I prefer physical over digital. I can explain more about that later, my reasoning for that later, but for now, I just know that I like it better. Anyway, so I've been playing around with Star Fox Zero, and quite honestly, I love it. There were some things that were kind of odd to me, but in like the prologue was kind of, some things kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but and at first I thought it was weird that it was a stage select kind of game instead of a go through it. But to be honest, I don't know how much that will actually impact in the long run. I have seen secrets as far as like the difference between like a mission complete and a mission accomplished. There is multiple ways to complete the game, but I don't know how many differences it really makes right now. What I mainly wanted to make this video for was my initial impressions on the controls and what I thought of the game mechanically, more so than anything. And quite honestly, I think the controls are fine. I think that I personally adapt to them pretty easily because I'm really super mega adaptable to anything. It took me a little bit, but it took me like a few moments to get it. Maybe during my second trip through Corneria, I think I got the hang of it, and that was pretty much it. The only thing that I really don't like is the lock-on target mode. That it's just, to me, it's just dumb. It's not necessary, and it really throws off the flight pattern. You really do lose depth perception. You really lose your perception on the depth, and it's really annoying. For that though, I do one of two things. I either A, transform into the mech mode, which you can't do the very first time with when you go through Corneria for the very first time. But after you unlock it, after being it once, you unlock it, and then you can do it whenever. You can go back to Corneria and do it whenever you want, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier to get around. Or you just look at the gamepad and look at it through first-person mode. So it's really not that bad at all, and I like it. I think that this game is awesome. Is it better than 64? I think it's pretty much equal. I don't think it's better or worse than 64. I think it's equal. From what I can tell, it almost looks like they might have added some stages from the Super NES game, which would be awesome if they did do that. Obviously, it does seem like they also took out a couple stages from 64, but then again, maybe there's more plans to unlock that are invisible, but I doubt it. Other mechanical things I want to talk about, the amiibo. The amiibo functionality. What amiibos do, and here's my two amiibos right here. Right there, Fox and Falco. Okay, so what these guys do is they unlock new ships for you to play as. And for example, Star Fox here, he unlocks a retro-style ship, much like in it's the exact same thing as the SNES. It functions just like it would in the SNES, and Star Fox 2, the unreleased Star Fox 2. What else? And I feel like it also adds a wider range to the shooting. which is pretty cool because, you know, it means that you have a bigger, you know, you don't have to be as accurate. And I think it might do a little bit more damage than your normal R-Wing. I'm not sure. It also changes the music to classic SNES music, which is really, really cool in my opinion. One thing though, to sacrifice for the wider range, like the wider targeting and the wider blast range is, for that sacrifice, you lose homing attack. Like, it doesn't lock onto enemies, and the blast doesn't fall into, it doesn't fly into it like it would the other one. Falco, on the other hand, he unlocks a really kick-ass, black and red, a black one with a black R-Wing, which has the same kind of color scheme as Star Wolf, and it looks really sick. You do twice as much damage. You can lock onto 2 enemies, although I barely use that function from what I tried so far. And you also take more damage to compensate. It's still pretty cool and a whole lot of fun to play as. Another mechanical thing I want to talk about real quick is the game itself has a issue when it comes, like, to play co-op, you have to beat the stage once in single player in order to play co-op, and I think that's kind of dumb. I think it should be open to either be co-op or not be co-op, you know, depending on how you want to play. I mean, yeah, I guess it gives you a chance to get used to the stage and then look around and shoot stuff while flying, but I just feel like it, you know, it's like, oh, you have to unlock 2-player mode, essentially, which I guess isn't necessarily a huge problem. It's more of a nitpick, but I feel like those who just want to play the game once and be done with it, you know, they might miss out on co-op because they don't want to play it again. But that's just their business. It's really just a nitpick, but I just found it kind of weird. Other than that, that's really all I know. In a way, I think it would be kind of cool if you could pick different ships for each area. Like, if you could pick the Landmaster for Corneria. I know that may not make sense since you start out over water, but I don't know, maybe start it out where you're already in the flight mode and make it so that the water is just large enough so that you don't run out of boost gauge or something. I don't know. I just think that would be kind of neat, even though I know it probably doesn't do that. As you can see, I haven't gotten far in the game, so I can't really say how long, like, I can't really say how good it is overall, but right now, as my first initial impressions, I really enjoy it. I really like, the controls really aren't that bad. When you're playing in 2-player, it actually is a lot better. Like, it is easier and better to control the R-Wing with just the gamepad and not the gyro. The biggest problem I feel like people have is just splitting up their focus between gyro controls, regular joystick controls, and the fact that you're propelling forward at all times. So, like, those 3 things all mixed together, I can understand why that could throw people off. But for me, because I'm just so good at adapting it to stuff, it really wasn't that bad. It was really easy to get used to, and it's a whole lot of fun. Also, because you can transform, see, during boss fights, at least the one boss that I fought, it forced me into lock-on mode, which that really got on my nerves. Thankfully, you can, if you're in lock-on mode, you can do one of 2 things. You can either, I think I mentioned this earlier, but just to reiterate, you can use your first-person mode, so you can fly normal through first-person and it won't be a bother, or you can switch to, if you're having trouble looking at the gamepad, you can switch to your mech mode and use your hover pretty continuously, because the hover /brake gauge lasts a wickedly long time, so you can pretty much stay in mid-air for a long time and fly around a little bit while in mech mode, and it's really easy. I mean, I played the crap out of Robotech Battle Cry, I think it was, for the GameCube, so I'm actually pretty used to playing a transforming jet into mech kind of controls. So for me, because I played it before, I'm just used to thinking outside the box and transforming when you know, in different things to like turn around faster or to, well, turn around in place or to, you know, get around things while in midair. Flying around as the mech is pretty cool, even if it is temporary and you can't really fly up too high, but still it makes it easier for precision flying, especially when they force you into the lock-on mode. So yeah, Star Fox Zero, I love it. If you're a Star Fox fan, you probably already bought it, but if you're on the fence, go out and get it. If you have a Wii U and you love Star Fox, and you're just, for whatever reason, on the fence about this, just go out and get it. Highly recommend. It'll be awesome, and you'll love it. At least I hope you will. I know I do. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed this little first impressions review. Hopefully I can get my things uploaded so I can do you know, so I can do a more proper talk about it. And yeah, hopefully that'll happen soon. I'm almost done with everything on my desktop, and then I'll just have my documents left to do, and that's that. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. You know, share the video, comments, positive comment, negative, I don't care. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss. Let's discuss Star Fox and gaming and whatever. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.